Yo, welcome back, chat to Keegzcade. I play games on my arcade machine, and today I'm gonna be modifying it. We're modifying it from version 8 to version 9. I can only currently play with 10 buttons mapped out this side and these two buttons and two joysticks, but I can't use the joysticks consecutively. Like if I'm playing Fortnite or Warframe or any other game that requires 3D, maneuvering like a controller, It is possible. I have to have really fast reflexes. It's helped me with my reflexes for sure. The mod that I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna hopefully be able to map out the rest of these 8 buttons and convert this joystick into its own input device. We're gonna attach a mouse on the bottom of this joystick, but that's the most solid plan I could think of that doesn't require me to do too much like PCB or hardware work or coding. I'm still doing that. That's for like higher versions of my arcade, but for now we're gonna keep it to DIY because I still have no money. It's a wire mess, as you can see. You might notice some things shouldn't be there. That's very much true. So we got this Pandora's box here. That was V2, but the connections are still connected only because this current PCB I have doesn't seem to solely run on its 5-volt connection to the PC. It seems it's also, whenever I unplug this, everything just shuts down. And I'm like, maybe it's because I've dual connected everything and I have to reset the board. So that's what I'm gonna do today while I also fix this up. It's moving left and right. That's the bottom of the joystick. And in theory, what I wanna do is grab the mouse, glue the mouse to the joystick, and then when I move the joystick, this in theory should move as well. I don't know. I think it'll work. If it doesn't work, no, it's gonna work. We're gonna take this Pandora's box out. I don't need it anymore. I'm kind of just using it for battery life. We're gonna unplug everything. We're gonna reset this board right here and give it new keys and, signals to flash it with new firmware. And then we're gonna attach this mouse right here to the bottom of this with either hot glue or Q-tips or both, all of the above. Then we're gonna put a piece of paper on the bottom here. We're gonna reconnect the board with more buttons. I'm also gonna connect these two button clips, left and right, on the mouse to the 2 red buttons here. So I can stop mouse clicks, We got the trackball mouse. I attached some Velcro to the bottom and some Velcro to my arcade platform. Wired it through here. Made sure that the mouse buttons within the trackball don't work because we got our mouse wired up to these 2 buttons. Keep it authentic, but also get that trackball feel, like the arcade trackball feel, We're gonna open this bad boy up. And you're gonna notice I put some ground cables already, daisy chained them, but those aren't actually ground. I'm gonna wire up a random other USB cable, just a USB-C to USB-A cable that I plugged into the PC, although it's not powered right now, so don't worry. I bared the red cable, which is the 5V cable, and the black cable, which is the ground cable. The black cable is going to go on the ground on the Makey, and the red cable is going to go daisy chain across all the buttons to power the buttons. The reason I'm doing this is because the Makey itself can only support 6 inputs at a time. And in theory, they are conductive inputs. They're not powered inputs. So that's why the Makey is advertised to only work for using it with like a banana or something that's conductive or sends electricity through it already, But since these are plastic buttons, they don't have electricity to them. And the only reason it worked like for the past 8 months while streaming was because on my other HDMI input in my TV, one input goes to the stream, but the second input goes to this. This is a Pandora's box, one of those cheap Temu 6001 things. This is what I used to play on. Since streaming, I obviously changed my course, but I still had this inside the cabinet for so long. And this was still connected via DuPont wires to all the other buttons. I had the Makey attached, and then I had this Pandora's box attached. And that was, the Pandora's box just happened to be powering the button somehow. That's how it was working before. Because I tried to wire it just normally now, and obviously it doesn't work because it's not conductive. It's just button pushes. I'm taking some risks, and maybe don't try this at home. We're about to rewire this bad boy, give it its own power, the button's its own power. We're gonna wire the ground to the Makey just to make sure that no power from the buttons go back to the Makey itself. Because you're gonna notice that your Makey has 6 inputs. There's 4 ways, 4 directional ways, and then there's 2 buttons. And that's on the face right here. But on the back, there's another rail that you could customize 6 inputs, and there's another rail where you could customize 6 more inputs. That equals 14 button inputs and 1 directional joystick input. And that's a lot of inputs for one little Makey that it can't power on its own. And that's what we're gonna do. Add power via its own random other USB-C cable. We're gonna attach the ground to the Makey and the red one, the 5-volt, all across the daisy chain of buttons. All right, guys, I'm back. I wired up the joystick, so it's 4 ways, and I wired 2 other buttons just to test it out, to see if more than just 1 button works. And to also show you guys that it does in fact do the keyboard inputs on this, there's a text box here. These 2 top white buttons, for now, they are gonna be space and enter. And then the joystick itself is WASD, of course. And so if I go over to this text box over here, and I were to go up, let's say, then it does W. If I go down, it does S. If I go right, it does D. And if I go left, it does A. And then this button up here is enter, and this one is space. And we're gonna test WASD. The joystick works. And then we're gonna do enter. That button works. The space works, as you can see. And I'm gonna map out the rest of the button. This is the mouse. We got the mouse scroll wheel here. We got the WASD joystick. This is our enter button. This is our space button. We got our X, and then F, and Q, and G, and T, D, U there. And then we have 1, 2, 3. And yeah, that's 14 buttons mapped, plus a 4-way joystick, a trackball mouse, and separate mouse buttons mapped to my entire arcade machine. Whatever you want to see me do, whatever game, 3D games, I could now play like Luigi's Mansion and Resident Evil and other games that require you to use both look and move at the same time. All right, dead. And then there's a 3rd one in this building for sure. Oh, right here. Holy smokes, chat. Oh yeah. Hey, hope. Yes! Yes! Thanks for watching, guys. This is Keegzcade. We got V9 fully functional with Tears of the Kingdom right now. We can move and look simultaneously. everything works swimmingly. This is also a teaser of the upcoming streams I'm gonna be doing, so check me out on that. Remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, whatever game you want to see next, or honestly anything can be done on the arcade. And check out the GoFundMe link in my bio to check out my story and the shit I've been through recently. I'll hopefully drop a intro video, you know, for my whole channel. But this is the upgrade from V8 to V9, and we're gonna be testing out games like Fortnite Mobile Rivals, Valorant, Minecraft, Stardew Valley. Everything is revolutionary now that I have move and look simultaneous. This is Keegzcade. See you next time.